towards B is Arcred line all their troops just outside in the B lanes waiting for any aggression. Aggression that it doesn't seem like is ever going to come. Bit of a fight here towards B now, and none of the shots quite connected. Finally, Prime Taps will put pen to paper and deal a devastating blow, and look at the CT dominance. Arcred just didn't really have any util to actually blind any of these players, actually block off any of their acts. Map number 2 is going to be Inferno, selected by Arcred, and Mirage as the decider. This has been a very good map for Arcred, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if we get there. The Inferno pick's interesting. Arcred only have 20% win rate on it. We've seen them play it 3 times here at the Proving Grounds. Not being a great showing of things. They won it in their initial game versus GG How, and then lost it 13-5 to Partisan and 13-8 to Sangao. So it's an interesting pick of Inferno. Look, this team's still backing themselves, which you have to do regardless of stats. But I'm curious if they've, what sort of work they've put on it. Maybe in certain breaks or time off that they've had in between their series that they've had. Because I think they're going to need to show us a decent... Arcred first full investment for them. And like what a lot of teams do on their first investment on this map, it's going to be leaning towards A. Not as fast as some teams opt to, but this is certainly going to be an A play. Red's going to get a ton of information here. Would have heard 2 players push down. Should be aware that the flashbang likely came from a third. Arcred just need to look to actually push out towards A now, because you're allowing Simple to rotate in. Kakanita was solo. Kakanita will find one. Won't be able to double up. There's so much damage to Ryujin. Smoke drop towards CT, and finally the T is going to look to settle and get this bomb planted. I think it's been a little slow from Arcred. Still not getting this bomb down. They're just allowing Simple to find one through the smoke. These smokes are going to start to fade. Just the tap of the bomb. Baiting out a nade, I suppose. But look, the smokes in CT are gone. In Donut, they're about to be. And Arcred feel like this bomb is not going to go down. Not at least unless a few kills come through. SSJ does find one. With the help of Ryujin, he's able to take down Nexa, but it leaves it all on Ryujin now. There is a low HP Simple, so if Andu does fall, things get a little treacherous. Time is ticking, though. Swing comes through, nothing spotted from Ryujin, back turned, and Andu 1 bullet. Alright, let's showcase what we can do. The biggest issue I had is, I just don't know what these last couple of rounds have been. You had like full control of the A-bomb site for a good 25 seconds. But so hesitant to get that bomb down that it feels like you're just saying, unless BC.Game make huge mistakes here, this is not going to be a round 1 by us. Andu in front of the flames here. Bit of awkward spray onto Ryujin, but still manages to convert. Now with Simple as backup, can mop up the rest. Again, a very... looking for some aggression down towards the B lanes. It's not going to come through because it's going to be a play up from Arcred onto the B site. We'll just play Tux. Won't be able to find the first. Red Z. I highlighted what this young guy can do. He does find one. Nexa, though, in the rotations, finds 2 back, and all the space taken towards B from Arcred, it's evaporated. Just left this position and all control that's come with it. I mean, I suppose they have forced a lot of rotations. Kakanito's timing's not great there. But perhaps just not wanted to take the fight. He will be able to hear this, though. Should be relaying to the troops out. They're out in mid. There is a diffuse skill on Andu. A little bit of utility as well. And Kakanito, rather than wrapping Donut, has gone all the way around. Great find from DSSJ. Kakanito gets one back though. There's the trade. Still time for this defuse. Nexa is going to need to retrieve this defuse kit because time is ticking without it. I think it's just a bit too slow here from BC.Game with no kit. There's no time. Nexa just looking for some kills at this point. And I mean, look, Kakanito does eventually pick up the defuse kit, but I think considering how good... Again, Arcred, a faster player B. Yeah, Jekka getting sent in. And Red Zed will be caught out as well. A bit more fighting here as things are getting a little bit dicey, but mainly for Arcred is you've just got Raijin, low HP, scurrying his way towards A, simple USP in hand. And he knows that he's low. And flick from Simple, no need for the USP. Doesn't matter if they're low. Oh, sure. We have seen Arcred play this map only once here at the Proving Grounds. A few times recently. They've had a couple of closer losses. But it's not been one of their favoured maps. I kind of feel like they've got a bit unlucky here with the veto. I feel like there's probably quite a few other options they could have looked for, maybe. Kakanito with the opening kill will be able to retreat into cave as Andu gets a double from pushing around. Get Jacket in the smoke, ready for the kill, but Prime Taps is by his side. I think it's been a very solid CT side from BC.Game so far. I think right now, with BC.Game in general, the thing that I mainly want to see with this roster is good fundamentals. I don't need to see these really flashy, gimmicky plays, things like that. Not at this point in the roster's sort of tenure. But I feel like the fundamentals that we are seeing, particularly on the CT side of Ancient, have been very solid. Good use of playing off one another. But he can be a big difference maker when this weapon is in hand. So it's going to be something that I think Arcred have to actively search to get there. Out through middle, though, the T's, again, an aggressive play from them. I wanted to slow things down here, as mid has been taken. Gonna look for a bit more in Donut, though, but it's a setup here between Kakanito and Nexa. Simple rotated in as well, but Kakanito will be dropped. Simple finds the first. Prime Taps is by his side. And this is what I mean. I love this sort of small bit of re-aggression. You've seen a player cross towards Red Room. What's the counter? Let's leave B and have two players retake that position. I think it's really smart stuff from BC.Game. They're looking quite well oiled here. I think a far cry from when I got to see them last against Partizan. Red Zed. Touching out here towards B. Very close to Prime Tap's position. Will make contact, but no kill confirmed. As we're going to have a disadvantage post-plant for Arcred. Even more disadvantage now as Andu strikes it from the back lines. Andu once more. And Raijin completely caught out by now. That was a little more one-sided. Was Ancient as that third and final. BC.Game, yeah, they look pretty solid there, but it feels like they've massively continue to improve things here. Raijin will just spam Nexa through the smoke. Arcred got to make sure in this first half they don't allow BC.Game to continue this. They've got to give themselves a fighting chance moving into the second half, as already at a bare minimum BC.Game will walk away with the lead moving on to the second half. Prime Taps, his B defense can only yield one. Do still have Andu here, but it doesn't matter. Get Jekka is on a tear. A couple of kills found here. Simple rotates in. Nade on the bomb site could find it well placed enough. 5 HP. So much damage, and unfortunate not to find the kill. The CTs are just going to be backing away from this position now. Oh, it's an unfortunate nade. And I'm surprised Arcred are hunting this heavily. Because the money's actually in a very good spot for BC.Game. But Arcred themselves, they don't have a lot of cash in the bank. I think if they ended up losing a couple of kills, which they're not actually going to, they ended up finding prime taps? Not prime taps. They ended up finding Nectar, I believe, very cleanly. Board. I want to see this team build from it now, though. We'll be just play through mid, but look how deep the CTs already are. Raijin actually super good job to find at least one. A lone wolf play by RedZ as he tries to emerge from A main on a timing, but Simple posted up nearby. No trade possible. It's an easy man advantage for the CTs to find. It is actually still a play through A. So maybe this could catch off BC.Game as RedZ went here alone. I don't know. Util at the back of the bomb site. Prime tap's being forced into the open where DSSJ will find 3 versus 3 as the nade of the smoke shows nothing. Arcred now will push. As we saw, just getting the bomb down was a bit of an issue for them last time. Won't be so much of an issue now. BC.Game tried to fight before the bomb could even be planted. Unfortunately for them. Both plays fall as they do emerge onto the bomb site. Simple just going to look for a save again. Great find onto DSSJ, and that could cause some danger here. He's ready for Get Jacket. It's a 1v1. I mean, there's no chance of winning the round. Simple's just too far away. But I'm sure Raijin's not going to be feeling all too confident now. Is he searching for me? Just a couple of rounds remaining of this half. And again, BC.Game want to fight this towards mid. And it is Raijin alone. This time he's going to opt against pushing through the smoke. Going to respect the control and space taken by the CT. Simple occupying the same angle we saw previously. We'll find RedZ again. No instant trade from DSSJ. It's going to allow Simple to reposition and find a second. Still here, finally, misses a shot, but he's got the 2-man advantage. The nade being thrown. The T's are still trying to fight this 1v1 onto Simple, and he won't miss shots like that. Has overlooked Raijin's position, but it doesn't matter. He's done enough work here. 3 kills found. And he puts his team now in a 4 versus 2. Arcred just made it look easy, but Simple. I think we needed a bit more util to be thrown out to make him feel uncomfortable. I think we needed to see a bit more aggression, perhaps a few more players swinging together. It did feel a little bit too much like just sort of 1v1 gunfights being given to him each time. Someone waiting for him to reset his aim before going back. It certainly feels like 8 will be found. I mean, that is a great shot from Raijin. No chance outwinning the round though, just 5 seconds. The CT, whole second half to be played on map number 1. So I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. As the T's this time have taken full control of middle. Raijin alongside Raijin. Simple just gets domed. What a find by Raijin. Kakanito will get a trade, but Gedjek is rotated into support as well. And man advantage for the T's, brute forcing their way out of middle into the A-bomb site. Bomb rotating in from A main, and it has allowed Andu to be very quick on this flank. Just sort of needs to make sure his teammates don't fall all too quickly beforehand. Andu will get a freebie there onto Raijin. Starting to rotate it now, and Gedjek is just exposed in the open, not ready for Andu to be able to just waltz his way out of A main. And this makes this post bomb look a bit flimsy now for Arcred. Exort jumps across, allows Andu to deal the damage while he finishes off the player, and Red Zed alone, switching to the Galil. The bomb needs to be defused now. Someone has to get on it, and just the tap, just the bait. Red Zed found through the smoke, and the bomb can be defused. BC.Game had around a couple of them. And I think that's just one thing that a lot of people were very excited about when they've seen this lineup on paper. You've got Andu, I mean, such a young player being brought in, I think deserved this chance. But okay, I'll stop talking about BC.Game as Raijin just had a quick triple hit with the USPs, wanting to ensure that Arcred at least win this second half pistol. I think that it certainly looks like they should. BC.Game have been able to rotate their way into A. They can actually get a very quick bomb plant here. And instantly Andu punched in the digits. As Arcred are just going to respect this. And they wanted to take an early fight, knowing that 5 versus 2 is unlikely as it is, so needs to try to find something beforehand. At the back of the bomb site, so many bodies coming his way, nothing to be found. Kakanito 1v5, not even a point of damage. Thanks to the bomb plant over the T's, they will happily go for a second round force, despite not finding a single kill. So, a couple of Mac 10s, a couple of upgraded pistols, and the Galil on Andu. Just going to drop their smoke instantly. Oh, misnade there. Hit an Andu, won't quite land onto the CTs. BC.Game don't have a huge amount of utility. So I think this is something that if they don't think it's going to work, I don't think they should necessarily force it, but they have used all of their smoke grenades already, so they might feel like they have to commit towards B now, but they are starting to fade. Simple creeping close up this ramp here. Using this smoke against the CTs actually. In fact, BC.Game have all crept up here. The flashbangs need to come through. Have been thrown, but are BC.Game going to be ready for this double cave setups? And we'll find one, but every one of his teammates is falling around him. It's all on Simple. 1 versus 3 for the lack of ammo. And I do know a lot of people at home are sort of tipping BC.Game to be quite the heavy favourites in this one. And I think understandably so. Solid util usage out of Arcred early doors. Kakanito with his Tech 9 desperately spamming away, but the flashbang lined up from Raijin is near perfect. It does go down. Raijin's rotated back in. This round should have lost most of its potency now. Bomb plant will be a great addition. Slightly too short. I mean, it's an ambitious attempt, but look, you've got to give it a go sometimes. Raijin, I believe, another triple here. Second half's been great for him. Every round being a triple. Got to watch them play it once here at the Proving Grounds. It wasn't unbelievable against Cybershock, but it certainly has got a bit better with time. I believe this is DSSJ's first AWP that he's had all game here. I don't believe he was able to get a single one out on the first half, which I think certainly limited Arcred. And more importantly, limited DSSJ. I think for the player that he can be, I want to see him on his specialist weapon as much as possible, but got a chance to wield it here. Sadly, Ancient AWP isn't particularly exciting. A lot of the time it is just posted up on an angle. Very dangerous to go for any sort of aggression without getting majorly punished. So might just have to see DSSJ glued towards A main. I find it so interesting how GetJack is playing towards middle in this round. Been doing it a few times, just holding it from very deep in CT, trusting that the speed defense has everything covered, and so far so good. PrimeTap's and Molly will actually be able to get the trade though. All square in this one. Molotov thrown at the back of the bomb site will take down PrimeTaps thanks to a couple of spams through the smoke as well. And he's low and won't be aims. They did a smoke, but nothing spotted from Raijin. Is someone going to be ready for the AWP? No. SSJ will find that impact. And Andu retrieves the AK and will just back away, not wanting to give up another 1 versus 1 to DSSJ. So the T's have to look elsewhere. I think BC.Game might need to sort of look to maybe take middle a bit more often on their full buys, because GetJacket doesn't seem to be all too interested in fighting it too heavily. That's a great find from Kakanito through the smoke, just spamming away, will find the success, and Raijin, the only defender here, has to stall, will be doing more than that though, as he finds Andu. So much damage dealt to Nexa, but all down low himself. And that could be the kill that determines the round. It's a huge one for DSSJ to find, as the rest of the bomb site hold does. Jekka and Raijin both here towards Donut. And he will dodge the initial flashbang. And Arcred have actually rotated a few more players into mid in this round. Had a bit of a weaker mid hold in the past. Not so much in this one. Andu could get caught out, but Raijin doesn't connect the bullets when needed to. So Andu comes out on top. And with 30 seconds on the clock, BC.Game are going to start to pounce towards B. Massive information from Andu, to say the least. And it's just drawn Red Zed's attention towards Red Room. BC.Game can just push out onto the bomb site. Very hesitant to do so. Finally will. Andu still causing a real ruckus towards mid. Andu finds his third. Look at all this pressure Andu's taken away. You had Red Zed on the B bomb site. Everyone else focused on Andu, and he managed to find 3 of them. Brilliant stuff there. And DSSJ wants to keep this AWP in play, having a bit more of a look to find some exits. I think DSSJ probably is gone. Look at Simple's position. Maybe not yet. DSSJ will find the first. AWP shot baited out, but he is still connecting. And then in the next, even if they lose this one, he'll probably still purchase. Well, look at Andu. Success in the last round's clearly given him the confidence. Pushed all the way through here in Red Room. Will find Raijin. Yeah, Jack has played this angle deep in CT before, but Andu's not even going to test it. He's leaving. Found the man advantage. And is happy just to back away and join his team. So far, already what a difference making Andu's been on this T side. Just kind of BC.Game lineup for an execute over on the B bomb site. Arcred have rotated, get Jekka over here. It's a 3-man hold from them. Andu first up, finds it again. And the B defense has fallen pretty easily as Andu continues to want to search and hunt for more. Takes down, get Jekka, and it's all on DSSJ. Andu. I did say we could probably see a buy from Arcred if they get a save or so. They didn't need the save. They will still get an investment out. Raijin is just on an MP9, and Util's not perfect, but they found the opening kill. Finally, Andu has been dealt with, and maybe that means BC.Game will be dealt with in this one. Oh, maybe not with shots like that. Raijin caught in the jiggle. Simple will take him down. Tries to press the issue, but Red Zed will get the trade out. And there's so many CTs here on this bomb site. Nexa is just going to wait out this smoke towards cave. Does find Red Zed eventually. I just don't think he's going to be even remotely aware of Raijin also deep into the bomb site. Does actually jump across. Exit does connect the shot. DSSJ puts the smoke. Prime's up there for the trade. 1 versus 1 now. There's 45 seconds. There is plenty of time. PrimeTap's going to be heading down ramp. Confirming he's not being flanked upon. And instantly starts to rotate over towards A. Jekka seems aware of this and already starting to make his move as well. Won't be able to deny this bomb, but he'll be right here on the bomb site very quickly. All depends where PrimeTap opts to go, and towards Temple is his destination. Yeah, Jekka is so hot on his tail, but paranoid about A main. Has a quick glance. And the time is ticking. PrimeTap's position towards CT now. Jekka should be aware of this. He's cleared out all the other possibilities. The swing comes through. PrimeTap finds, but it's always going to be a freebie for him. PrimeTap essentially just needs to win a 1v1 thanks to Exort. What a turnaround from such a disadvantaged round, and BC.Game just need the one to close things out. But Raijin has other ideas. Deagle shot from CT connects. Does get traded out. And a 4 versus 4 as Simple drops the bomb across. How is DSJ so quick? It has been cleared, has been spotted, and Simple punishes. BC.Game feel like they've done enough here to close things out on Ancient, and a quick few kills from the T's will confirm it by the looks of things. It all lies on Red Z, who does eventually go down. 13-8 victory from BC.Game.